Hello, my name is Mike Schoenfeld, and I'm an aerospace engineer at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. I'm a part of Marshall called the Propulsion Systems and Technology Development Branch. And in that branch, I work for a group called the Nuclear Systems Team, where we look at nuclear technologies to advance our capability to explore space. My interest first peaked in NASA around middle school when I saw pictures of the Martian surface from a robotic lander that had been sent there. At the time, I knew we had sent people to the moon, but I didn't know we had the capability to go to other planets. As I began to learn about the history in the Apollo program, I found it amazing how human ingenuity could take these seemingly science fiction concepts and make them a reality. So I knew I wanted to be involved in that. By the time I got to college, I began participating in various NASA-sponsored student programs to get the experience I needed. I did an internship at Jet Propulsion Labs in Pasadena, California. I was able to fly experiments on NASA's plane that simulates zero gravity and see what it's like to be on the surface of the moon or walk on Mars or be weightless. And then I was also able to do internships at Marshall Space Flight Center, where I learned about conducting experiments and doing research. Since working at Marshall Space Flight Center, I've been involved in various projects regarding nuclear power and propulsion technologies. We're currently working on a fission surface power project, where we're looking at a small-scale nuclear reactor system to provide electrical power for an outpost that could be on the moon or the Mars or some other planetary body. Part of that project, I looked at doing a water shield technology to protect the astronauts and the other robotic equipment from the radiation from the reactor. To do this experiment, I was able to conduct an experiment in a nuclear reactor at a university. I've also been involved in developing an experiment that simulates the hot hydrogen, high temperature and pressure environment that would be seen in a nuclear thermal rocket. At Marshall, we use this experiment to investigate various potential high temperature materials that could be used for this type of technology. Also, I've also been able to work with others at other government agencies and other institutions exploring this idea for how to protect astronauts against radiation. Some of the most exciting aspects of my job is being involved in the technology development of these advanced capabilities. To take these concepts, these science fiction type concepts, from something you've read on a piece of paper to trying to design them and look at real world systems that can make these come to light. In order to do my job, I've had to develop certain skills. I've needed to be able to learn from others, to critically analyze the information that I've gathered, to sort through it, find what's relevant, and to apply my knowledge of the world and how it works to solving the problems that I'm facing. These skills were first developed in high school just by doing the certain things that I had to do: research papers, reading textbooks, solving problems. I hope that I get to talk to your class soon and share my experience with them to motivate them to go on this journey in science and math and technology development.